The secret to keeping desire alive in long-term relationships. At first, it was electric. Every glance, every touch, every shared silence between you two buzzed with possibility. You craved each other, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally. The beginning was effortless, a chemical storm of passion, curiosity, and longing. But then came the years. The mortgage. The responsibilities. The comfort. And slowly, the thing you once felt every time they walked into the room began to fade. This is the question that haunts millions of couples. Why does desire vanish in long-term relationships? And more importantly, can it ever come back? Renowned psychotherapist Esther Perel believes it can. But only if we're willing to challenge some of the most deeply ingrained myths about love and intimacy. Desire versus love, the silent tension. We've been told that love and desire go hand in hand. That if you truly love someone, you should want them endlessly. But Esther Perel has spent decades listening to couples behind closed doors, and she noticed something subtle but seismic. Love seeks closeness. Desire needs space. Love thrives on security, responsibility, predictability. Desire lives in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexpected. You can be deeply in love with your partner and still feel sexually indifferent. Not because something is broken, but because what makes us feel emotionally safe is often the very thing that dulls our erotic imagination. Desire isn't about routine. It's about anticipation. And most long-term couples lose this not because they stop loving each other, but because they stop being curious. The death of the erotic is the death of curiosity. In the early stages, everything is new. You don't know how they look when they sleep. What they sound like when they cry. You don't know what buttons to press, so every gesture is filled with exploration. You imagine them more than you see them. And in that space of not knowing, desire flourishes. But over time, we stop imagining. We replace mystery with familiarity. We stop seeing the person across from us as an erotic being and start seeing them only as a role, the mother of my child, my husband, my rock. When we stop imagining our partners, we stop desiring them. And this, Perel argues, is where the decay begins. What sustains desire? It's not just sex. Esther Perel once asked couples, "When do you find your partner most attractive?" The answers were rarely when we're naked in bed. Instead, they were things like, when I see her speak passionately in front of a room. When he's laughing with his friends, unaware I'm watching. When she's dancing, completely in her own world. These moments share one thing in common: we see our partner as separate from us. As autonomous. As alive. Desire is about wanting. And to want something, we must feel its distance, not too far that it's unreachable, but just far enough that it isn't entirely ours. This is the paradox: we want love to give us certainty, but desire only lives in uncertainty. The trap of total closeness. Modern couples often fall into what Perel calls the fusion trap. We expect our partner to be our best friend, our confidant, our co-parent, our financial ally, our therapist, and still, somehow, our most exciting lover. But in the quest for total intimacy, we often kill eroticism. When there are no boundaries, there is no polarity. When everything is shared, nothing is surprising. When your partner becomes your mirror, there is no otherness to crave. Desire is sparked by difference, not sameness. It's the thrill of encountering someone who isn't fully knowable, even after decades. So how do you keep desire alive? Esther Perel doesn't offer formulas. She offers insight. And here are some of the most powerful. 1. Bring back mystery. You don't need to be a stranger. But you do need to let your partner see you in your aliveness. Your autonomy. Your separate passions. Do something without them. Surprise them. Be unpredictable in small ways. Let them witness you, not manage you. 2. Eroticize the distance. Sometimes, we fear the emotional space in a relationship. We think it means disconnection. But space is where imagination lives. Let your partner miss you. Flirt again. Build tension. You don't need to go on vacation to feel the thrill of reunion. You need to create moments of apartness within togetherness. 3. Play is foreplay. Laughter, play, lightness, these are the gateway drugs to eroticism. We often think desire must be serious. But silliness is deeply sexy. It breaks roles. It dissolves routine. It makes room for spontaneity. 4. Rewrite the script. Stop assuming sex has to look the same. That it has to happen at night, in bed, in silence. Eroticism is an energy, not a position. Talk about fantasies. Set up scenarios. Let your partner become someone else for a night. Not because your love is lacking, but because your imagination deserves more room to roam. 5. Remember why you chose them. Over time, we remember the responsibilities. The bills. The arguments. But go back to the beginning. The first spark. The moment your skin ached to touch theirs. That memory isn't gone, it's just buried. Unbury it. Desire needs tending, not pressure. Too many couples think desire should be effortless. That if you're with the right person, you shouldn't have to work at it. But desire isn't a default setting, it's a living, breathing thing. And like anything living, it needs air, space, care, and play. Esther Perel's greatest lesson is not that desire dies, but that we stop feeding it. The invitation. So here's the question. Can you love someone and still want them wildly, again, and again, and again? The answer is yes. But only if you're willing to let go of the myth that love and desire are the same. Only if you're willing to look at your partner not as an extension of yourself, but as a mystery worth discovering every single day. Because in long-term love, desire doesn't disappear. It hides in the moments we stop noticing.